How do you think the current headwinds in the economy will impact business in 2023? Are you optimistic?
We are, because I think the key for our business, as I said before, is we provide a service. The partners, if they want, just have to do the introduction, they process the order, we do all the work. We've got 450 and increasing security engineers worldwide. We're doing the work. So I think these guys are hard to find. It's hard to find good security people. So people say, I've got my own SOC. But to manage a SOC 24/7, 365, you need between 6 and 10 people. And they're expensive, they're hard to find, and they easily move from place to place depending on money. And I think for us, it's easy. It's going to be easier to sell our service because it makes sure that the guys don't need to do it themselves.
How do you see the channel maturing in 2022 or 2023 for Arctic Wolf? Do you see it maturing naturally?
Yeah, we do, because the analogy I can give you is that in the last quarter, August to October, we signed 37 new partners across EMEA. So there are lots of partners looking. There are lots of partners understanding what we're doing. They like what we do because, we provide the whole service, end to end, N to Z. And also, as the platform matures, we're also providing a sales training around cybersecurity, so people can actually sell that to their customers, so their end users are more aware of what to do, what not to do, about phishing and what they can do and all the ways people can get into their system. So we are optimistic, extremely optimistic. I mean, remember, Mark, we're starting from low. This business is 10 years old in the US and 18 months old in the UK, in the EMEA, should I say.
Yeah.
And we are expanding. The plan of expansion is huge. We started in South Africa last month. We were started in ANZ last month, and we'll be moving into the Middle East, I would imagine, this time next year.
Johnny, when you go into your partner community, now you've been in the channel a long time, you've got lots of contacts. How do you get them to convince to sort of use Arctic Wolf? Because when I hear a new vendor go into a market, not even if it's security, they go into a new market, they go to a partner, they seem to me to say the same things. I will do a call out day, we'll do a spin day, spiff day, whatever it is. They'll bring a load of pizzas, they'll bring in t-shirts, and they'll say, yeah, we'll help you. How do you get established in that? Because it's one thing knowing these partners and you've got the relationships,
yes,
but getting them onboarded and actually with the technology, how does that happen?
I don't think we're at that stage with the spivs and the pizzas yet. I think I am extremely lucky, as you say, especially in the UK. I can go to the owners, the MDs of the businesses and talk to them about what we're doing. I mean, most of these guys, because they're predominantly infrastructure partners, have not got anything. So that's the key.
Right.
So we ask qualification. Have you got your own SOC? No. What do you provide in cyber risk? And they provide all sorts of different security products, but they don't provide a service. So this is the glue to actually get them from providing the products to their customers, because they can use their products to drive into the data into our service. So we can actually take all the data from whatever they've sold into our platform. And the fact that's even better, it's annuity revenue. All the partners are looking for annuity revenue. And this is a 3-year annuity revenue. And as I said to you before, our renewal rate is over 100% because, and somebody said, well, how could it be over 100%? Because obviously more data, more people, more users, they need to buy more, at renewal rate.
Talking of people, Johnny, unemployment rate is currently still at its lowest for 48 years, and the number of vacancies continues to grow throughout the channel, not just in vendor land, distribution, reseller, the whole of the channel. And salaries are increasing dramatically. They've, even since COVID, they've gone up 20-30%. What are you doing differently, if anything, to compete in this market?
Well, first of all, we haven't got the headcount of staff yet, which will make that material difference. We are paying extremely well. We are careful who we employ. I think the key for us is not so much the ability, it's the suitability, likability. Will they fit into the team? The ethos of the business is to make sure that whoever we employ fits into the team. And I think, yes, we lose people. We try and employ people. And your point is valid, Mark, but across EMEA, it's even worse.
Really?
So you go to Sweden, you go to anywhere in the Nordics, and Germany, it's very volatile. It's very expensive. People are moving. People move from vendor to vendor, and the salary requests and requirements are extremely large. On top of that, there's all the complications with employment law in these various countries as well. And also, whether you're doing in dollars or euros or Danish kroner, it's quite difficult to understand what it should look like. Now, every business would like to understand that a level 3 person all get the same, but it doesn't work like that.
Wow.
And getting the right people, either through an agency, through your network, is extremely, extremely difficult. So people are moving. I look, as I have, at some of my old colleagues from distribution. They're moving, and they move for 1.5 times their salary.
Scary, isn't it?
Scary. I mean, one of the guys many years ago looked after 7 partners, left the business, went to the vendor, and had nearly double the salary.
Yeah.
And this happens all the time.
Distribution
Looking after the same partners.
Distribution can't compete with these salaries, though, can it?
Distribution can't compete with the salaries. No.
It's really, really tough.
But I think distribution is a good start for people to know. They know the partners. They get to know the partners. But the market's changing in distribution. That the role of the account manager. What is that anymore? Going to see those partners who are buying 10, 12, 14 products. It's extremely difficult to know all the products. You are like the conductor of the orchestra, where you're bringing in the right vendor manager to drive that. But so are the vendors, especially in those bigger partners. And those bigger partners are demanding more, longer payment terms, more rebates, better pricing, RFIs every year. It's extremely, extremely complicated and extremely competitive.
My last question for you, Johnny. What do you think is going to be the biggest opportunity for Arctic Wolf in 2023? Where do you see it going, the company?
Well, I think, as we take more partners on, more end users, etc. But I think as we move more into Europe, so as I said to you before, currently the product's available in German, Dutch and English. And as we move into other languages, other data centres, I think the world is our oyster. But we will probably end up this time. So at the moment we have 126 partners in EMEA. If I sat here next year, I reckon we'd have 250 across EMEA. The right partners with the right go-to-market and with the right ethos of doing business with us.
Sounds good. Good times ahead. Johnny, you've been a great guest. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, Mark.